What if I tell you Qatar is the biggest winner in Russia-Ukraine war? That's true. The richest country in the world is going to be even richer. This is because Qatar is the only country which will benefit heavily from Ukraine-Russia conflict. But how come a country almost 3000 miles away from Europe and 3600 miles away from Russia could benefit from their conflict? Hello everyone, welcome to Smart Expat. In this video, we will see how Qatar will be making hundreds of billions of dollars because of Russia-Ukraine war. The first thing you need to know is Russia actually provides tons of natural gas to Europe. In fact, Russia is the largest country in the world which also holds 24% of total gas reserves around the world. Russia is the number one energy exporter to European countries and Russia is the third largest crude oil producer in the world. Russia have got this huge pipeline network for the supply of energy to European countries. As Europe and the West sanctions Russian economy, in retaliation, Vladimir Putin cuts off the gas supply Russia was sending to Europe. The gas that used to heat their homes, cook food, run their factories basically light up Europe. As Europe cannot get gas from Russia anymore because of this economic war, Europe needs to diversify its energy imports to reduce its dependency on Russian energy. So they are turning to Qatar. From the day Russia-Ukraine war started, Vladimir Zelensky hinted Qatar could save the world from upcoming energy crisis.
Дальні держави, зокрема держава Катар, це надійні та солідарні постачальники енергоресурсів і можуть зробити свій внесок у дійсно стабілізацію ситуації в Європі. Можуть зробити дуже багато, щоб справедливість була відновлена. Майбутнє Європи залежить від ваших зусиль. Закликаю вас, нарощуйте виробництво енергоносіїв, щоб...
But how can such a small country like Qatar can provide gas to countries which are 20 to 30 times bigger? To understand this better, we need to go back in history of Qatar. Qatar used to be one of the poorest countries in the world. Qatar, for most of its history, was populated by nomadic tribes like Bedouins and fishing villagers, whose biggest industry was pearl diving. Pearl diving was insanely dangerous and exhausting work. They used to tie themselves with stones and jump into oceans for collecting oysters, hoping to find pearls in them. The Britishers eventually moved in because industrial revolution was happening at the time and they smelt oil over there. The pearl industry eventually got crushed. Then in 1939, everything changed with the discovery of oil. Qatar was British protectorate until 1971 when Qatar became an independent country. Qatar hit the jackpot not just with oil, also when they discovered that they are literally sitting on the world's largest natural gas reserve. Since then, Qatar was led by an Islamic constitutional monarchy run by Al Thani family. Back in 1970s, nobody was interested in gas as the transportation of gas was not feasible. However, the Al Thani ruler knew its importance and invested heavily in liquefaction technology and ways to transport the gas in liquid form as LNG. Within few decades, Qatar became the richest country in the world and Qatar became the third largest gas exporter in the world. Now with many European energy importers looking urgently for the ways to reduce their heavy dependency on Russia, Qatar has suggested it could direct more gas in future to Europe. These are the main reasons which created opportunities for Qatar to expand its dominance in the energy sector. On the international stage, Qatar's central role has been to host Afghan's peace talk that led to 2020 agreement for US withdrawal. Qatar remains an essential link between Western nations and Taliban-led government, hosting the West Afghan diplomatic missions. Now with strong demand and high prices, Western leaders are urging Qatar to boost gas supplies to Europe amid concerns about Russia, which currently supplies some 30 to 40% of European gas needs. The renewed interest in diversifying European gas supplies presents an enormous opportunity for Qatar to sell vast new gas supplies. Qatar's energy minister recently stressed new LNG volumes are meant for customers in Asia and Europe, rephrasing from earlier messaging that extra gas was largely for Asia. Qatar has already plans to expand its LNG production. Now Qatar will be investing heavily on the transport network of gas to European countries. This is how Qatar is going to make huge money in coming years. If you find this video informative, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends.